Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So today is the perfect day for me to kind of get cozy, at least until 4 o'clock, and I'll explain why in just a moment. We are going to make a yummy crock pot meal, let the crock pot do the work for us, and then I'm going to create a little hot cocoa bar. So I hope that you will enjoy and you'll stay to the very end because I'm going to share what's coming up. Stay tuned. We had about an inch of snow yesterday, kind of unexpected. And I'm actually filming this on Thursday. And yesterday was the drama with the tree and the chicken coop and blah, blah, blah. I want to thank you all again. I got so many nice, kind messages, wonderful, encouraging emails. And I'm just going to tell you all, and this is my belief, the Lord worked it out for me. The chicken run is broken in many places, but the crew, which is my lawn crew, that removed the tree, they did a fabulous job. Haven't gotten the bill yet, but I did contact the neighbor, and I'm sad to say they did not respond. I don't want to have bad neighbor relations, so this is probably just going to be on me. But I think the chicken coop can wait until spring. I'm sorry, the chicken run. And because we do have coyote here, we do have predators. We also have, those big birds, not crows, not ravens. Oh, well, you know what I mean. Hawks, that's what I meant. I want to make sure my girls are super secure and safe. So I did a little online shopping and I didn't purchase anything yet. I did find a coop that I really, really like, or a run. The problem is it's only 4 foot tall. So mucking it out is going to be done in a bend over state. And it's expensive, guys. It's about $1,200. But it is not chicken wire. It's the coated wire like my chicken coop is. So I have some time to save and plan, etc. Okay, enough about that. So with it being snowy and chilly, and I'm home until 4 o'clock today when I have to leave for the Thanksgiving celebration at the facility where my mom resides, I thought, I'm still gonna need lunch. I'm not big on turkey, and it's a turkey dinner, so I'll have plenty of leftovers. And I thought this is a great recipe for the holiday season when you're busy, when you're shopping, when you have obligations, when you're trying to decorate. Let the appliance do the work for you. Now, some people don't like crock pots because they say it's just all like slop. But if you put fresh toppings on, we're making white bean chili, things like cheese, you can put sour cream, you can put tortilla chips on the top. It really does make a difference and feels a little fresher. Some fresh green onion or chives whatsoever. All right, so what are we gonna do? This is super easy, guys. The recipe came from yummyhealthyeasy.com, and it is pretty easy. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to put 2 chicken breasts in the bottom of the crock pot. And let me turn it on low. All right, so I am using from Butcher Box the Farmer Focus boneless skinless chicken breast, and it is organic and free range, certified humane. So, good chicken, right? And I do love Butcher Box, guys, but my freezer, sorry, my crock pot, my freezer got so full that I had to delay the delivery for this month until next month because I knew I needed to cook the turkey, etc., and I have used quite a bit. All right, the next thing it calls for is a 15-ounce can of black beans. Now, I do have some store black beans, but I love the spicy, so I'm going to tell you what you should use and tell you what I'm going to use. So this is my home canned ranch black beans, and it is a pint, so it's 2 cups, so it's 16 ounces. But I'm not gonna drain and rinse it because all of the ranch goodness is, y'all, it's the spicy, it's the yummy. And I do have a video in my canning series on how to can ranch black beans. So the directions say, drain and rinse black beans, 15-ounce can. Place chicken at the bottom of the crock pot. Oops. Then pour out the whole can of corn. So it calls for a 15.25-ounce can of corn. I have a 15-ounce Great Value, no salt added, picked and packed the same day. Guys, I really like Great Value's corn. So since the deer ate all my corn, I'm just gonna have, that's the only like store can thing I'm going to be using. All right, the next thing it calls for, let me grab something from my hands. And somebody made a comment, I bet you don't like your hands dirty because you're a nurse, and you know what, I think you're right. It calls for a 10-ounce can of Rotel tomatoes. Guys, I don't buy Rotel. I have plenty of jalapenos, etc. canned. So I am just going to use a pint of my homegrown home canned tomatoes. Aren't they beautiful? And you could really adjust these spices any way that suits you, for sure. It says then place the black beans, so we're gonna add that. And we're putting this all on the top of the chicken. And in full disclosure, guys, my chicken wasn't completely thawed, but it'll cook fine in the crock pot. I'm not worried about it. I have cooked plenty of meat from frozen in the crock pot without any kind of difficulty. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is add our seasonings. So it calls for a teaspoon of cumin, and again, if there's a spice you don't like or do like, you could certainly add that. I'm just gonna sprinkle it over the top. And I purchased my cumin in bulk from Azure. Then the next spice is a tablespoon of chili powder. This is the Spice Select. I believe it comes, don't quote me, but I think this came from Aldi. So a nice big tablespoon of chili powder. It's gonna be so good, guys. A teaspoon of onion powder, and I like granulated onion. Azure was out of stock, so I do have some granulated onion, but I'm going to use up the onion powder I do have. And y'all, I just got these jars, which I really like, with the plastic lid from the Dollar Tree. They're good for spices, and I go through them pretty fast. Now, it does not call for any garlic. Hello, how do you have chili without garlic and blow your head off spicy? I'm debating on adding, since it does call for Rotel, debating on adding some of my canned jalapenos. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna let it cook for a while and taste it. And then you want a ranch dressing mix. I didn't think I had one. I have homemade ranch spice mix, but this is Tuscan Garden, so it did come from Aldi, so we'll just use that. Sprinkle that in. It's gonna be so good, guys. I keep saying that, but I just think all these ingredients together are going to be yum. Now, you wanna go ahead and stir and get all of your spices and various vegetables. I'll try not to drop you guys like I did prior. You can see I slopped some onion powder on the side, but that's okay. We'll wash it off with the juice. So it's looking like a yummy chili already, but we're not done yet. The next thing you want to do is you want to put a block of cream cheese on the top. Now this is from Aldi. It's Happy Farms cream cheese. Y'all, have you seen the price of cream cheese? It's crazy. The price of everything is kind of crazy. What we're gonna do here, and this is fresh out of the fridge, it isn't softened or anything. I'm gonna open it up carefully. You wanna try to keep it intact. You don't wanna cut it up, according to this recipe. Of course, they make it like super hard to get into. Oh my word, come on now. Oh, this has a little thing that says open. Might not. Guys, you probably get a good laugh out of my hands. I do too. My hands don't work right. It's just life. All right. Let's see if we can do this without destroying the integrity of the cream cheese. Yeah. So we're just going to put that right on top in the middle, but we're not going to stir it. Well, maybe we're gonna put it right on top. Oh my word, y'all, I'm sorry. I'll scrape that off and add that too. Now, you wanna cover, and I have a Hamilton Beach crock pot. Mine has the latch down lid. I've already turned it on low, and you wanna cook it for 6 to 8 hours. So once the cooking is done, you will take out the chicken breasts, shred them up, and add them back to the chili. So I want to wait until the chicken cooks to do any sort of seasoning adjustment so I can see what it really tastes like. I did bring out a jar of tomato paste, kind of a just in case I decide I want more tomato flavor, but I think my home canned tomatoes will be just fine. So let me clean up my mess and we will start building a really fun hot cocoa bar. Stinky. What are you doing? Are you in a closet? Did you spill all my mom's ornaments? Is that what happens? It's okay, I'm not mad. Guys, I have kind of a situation here. I'm a little embarrassed to show you my understair storage and the whole kitchen situation, but I cannot find for the life of me my hot cocoa bar sign. So I'm gonna end up emptying this entire closet. Frankie's overjoyed, but he's like, look at all the pretties, Mama. God bless him. Well, y'all, I found it. It was in the back, underneath everything. And I'm like, why? Why did I do that? So yes, here's all my Santa pictures and my hot cocoa bar things. I made a pretty big mess, didn't I? And I have to show you this. Wait for it. Did you help my mom get everything out? Did you knock all the ornaments off and have a ball with all the balls? He's a good... Oh, careful, Bubba. Yeah, that's glass. That breaks. That's hot, buddy. He's like, I have to smell everything because some of this might be mine. I did find both his and Chester's Christmas hats. And if you're new to my channel and you don't know who Chester is my grand cat. And thank you to all of you who have prayed for my son, for the cat. He's not doing well, guys. He's suffering with congestive heart failure, and he was a rescue, so he's at least 16. He may be older. We don't really know how old he is. He's getting medication 3 times a day for his heart and for the fluid. So I'm not laughing about that, y'all. So I hung his stocking because, of course, my grandcat has a stocking. But Frankie, he's like, there is no place for me to sit, Mama. I sit in the sink. And y'all, if you wonder, do I clean my countertops so many times a day? And I can't say enough good about Thieves Cleaner. Cleans everything, y'all. I am slowly going to divest myself of everything but Thieves Cleaner. All right. I'm going to straighten up a little bit here and try not to get too sidetracked. Find a place for those totes, because a lot of those things I do want to use for decor through the house. So I guess it's good that I got them out. So I'll be right back. We'll get to going on our hot cocoa bar now that I have the sign, which I might add, I may not even use. Stay tuned. All right, y'all, I think I finally got everything out. So I don't have a whole lot of room on the top of my vintage cart. So, and I've pulled out a lot of stuff, guys. I know not all of this is going to fit, but I just wanted to share with you some ideas. So I love this tray. I've always used it as my foundation for my cocoa bar. We'll see. I also have this red tiered tray or a glass cake tray. And the reason that I like using these is it gives you some extra space so you can put things underneath it as well as on top. Ooh, if I don't break it first. I do have this cute little mini marshmallow container, but I actually just put holiday spoons in there. A sign that says have a cup of Christmas cheer. The Merry Christmas I will not be using. There's just not enough room. An assortment of mugs, candy canes, metal straws. These came from Grove. They were actually free with an order. Moving on over. Let's get into some of the things that I love having on the hot cocoa bar. So the first thing, of course, is we need some hot cocoa. And I did purchase this so that I would have something to make my own hot cocoa mix in. This will get used up. It's not very much. It's 7 ounces, and it is the Starbucks, so it should be good. And the reason I like doing a hot cocoa bar, even though I'm not a huge fan of chocolate, is I do enjoy it, but my son loves it. So this is more for him. I have some mini marshmallows that I put through the dehydrator, so they're perfect for hot chocolate. I did buy 5 bags. Yes, I did. The Hershey Kisses in different flavors. That is absolutely amazing to put into hot chocolate. Guys, if you haven't, that might be open. If you haven't tried the sugar cookie version, oh my word. I don't know how great that would be in hot chocolate, but it's good for plain eating. I purchased these stir spoons, I believe from Walmart, and it's just extra chocolate, and then it has the peanut butter, peppermint, marshmallow. So really neat. I have some candy canes, and this is just some more removable straws. I guess I'm not even over here. Also from Walmart, I did purchase these hot cocoa toppers, and look how cute the tops are. They actually have like little snowflakes on them. This is peppermint. I love that, and I also love the salted caramel. From Dollar General, they had peppermint spoons. My favorite is probably peppermint chocolate. Peppermint mocha, is that right? Okay, well anyway, I love these, and so I did purchase those, very inexpensive. And then on over here, I just have an assortment of some vintage candy jars that I thought would be fun for the accoutrements. I'm going to leave the sprinkles actually in the container, and then I just have some decor. So let me reposition everything, get the lighting right, and we'll get started arranging our hot cocoa bar. Stay tuned. So this is actually a 1950s vintage cart. Costco, not Costco like the store we know, is who makes these. And mine is sort of a teal blue. Doesn't exactly match the wall, but close enough. I thought I would start out with the tray and then add to that. Y'all, I wish I could hear ya. Help me out here. Should I? I'm thinking this will give me the most room. Even though I love this, we'll use it someplace else. And y'all, there's glitter everywhere. And I just cleaned the whole house yesterday. So if you see dirt on the floor, I just drug out like years worth of stuff. So that'll kind of give us a foundation plus some height. We can put our mugs, our extra things along with it. So let me do a little fiddling and I'll bring you back to show you some of my ideas. All right, well, I'm pretty pleased with the way this came out. So I have my container with my spoons here, cups up here with my fa la 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 la, marshmallows, the chocolate stir spins. You can't really see them, but the peppermint stir sticks. I wish I had a better way to display them, but I really don't want them open. And the sprinkles over here, just some of my vintage candy jars. I've put a variety of the chocolate kisses, and then of course the cute little have a cup of cheer. So I'm pretty pleased with that. What do you think? Here's a bit of a closer look. Now I'm in the mood for hot cocoa. So I still have all this mess to clean up, plus everything that I drug out of the closet. So I'm going to do a little decorating, which I'm not going to share with you, but I will bring you back at the end for two things. One is we will have a taste of our white chicken chili. And secondly, I want to talk about an upcoming series of videos I'm going to be doing. I know I said that this would probably be a craft video, but it's not going to be a craft video till a bit later and closer to Christmas. Stay tuned. Our crock pot has been going for almost 6 hours, and look how gorgeous this is. I started cutting up the chicken instead of pulling it out. It's so tender, y'all. I am just going to shred it right in the crock pot. Why dirty a plate, right? And you may notice wardrobe change. I will be going to the Thanksgiving dinner and have a little update on the neighbor and the chicken coop and all the things. So I am going to go ahead and stir up that cream cheese now per the directions. I am going to let it cook just a tad bit longer. Not much, honestly, because it's pretty done. But just let that cream cheese kind of melt in. And I was a little bit concerned about 2 chicken breasts being enough for the volume. And guys, I think it's totally fine. I don't think it's going to be, you know, sparse on the meat, so to speak. So while I'm cutting here, let me tell you, the reason I haven't heard back from the neighbor is because the neighbor I got the phone number from gave me the wrong number. To the number to her mother instead of the people that actually live there. And they were quite gracious. They're going to be coming over probably this weekend. What's so interesting is they just bought a chicken coop and they're planning on getting chickens in the spring. So they were very sensitive and understanding about the whole problem with the chicken run. So, you know, it couldn't have turned out better. But how nice does this soup look? So like I said, I'm going to let it set for a minute. I am going to do a taste test. Oh, you know what? I wanted to see how the spices were in this, because I like blow it up hot kind of chili. So let's give it a taste test. Guys, that is delicious. It is absolutely delicious. Very creamy. Not like a normal meat, bean, and tomato chili, of course, because it's white chicken chili. It's not spicy enough for me, so I'm going to spice it up a little bit. So let me pause for just a moment. I will bring you back. I do want to share with you what's coming up, and we'll do a real taste test after I put a whole bunch of jalapenos in there. All right, I just thought I would share this really quickly for my fellow spice lovers. So these are garlic pickled jalapenos. I got the recipe out of the regular ball book. Y'all, I'm gonna put, it's only 4 ounces. That should be about right. I don't like it spicy. So if you're looking for a spicy flavor, and it probably would have been spicier with the Rotel, I would definitely spice it up. What it doesn't need is salt, in my opinion. I'm not a heavy salter anyway. There's a lot of salt in the ranch dressing mix, so that's probably, you know, adequate. So let me give it another taste now that I've really kicked it up a notch with all that spicy garlic liquid too. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! That'll light you up. I got a big bite of jalapeno. All right, I'm gonna dish up a bowl, show you how I'm gonna serve it to myself, and then I'm gonna share with you what's coming up. Stay tuned. So I put a tiny bit of sour cream, a little bit of shredded cheese, and I added some lime tortilla chips. So let's give it a taste with the chip. Yo, that's a winner. The spices seem to be right on, with the exception of I like a little bit more heat. I love corn. I might put 2 cans of corn, drain one, don't drain the other, but this recipe is really quite good. So as promised, what's coming up? I've decided that I'm going to do a different Christmas series. So last year I did Christmas through the decades, and I dressed according to the decade and talked a lot about what was going on in the 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever the century or decade happened to be. But this time, because of prices, because of just everything going on in the world, I'm going to be doing a lot of handmade gifts from the kitchen. So I am going to bring you a 3-part series. Part 1 and 2 are going to be items that you can make and can or not can for gift giving. If you refrigerate it, you do not have to can it. So if you're not a canner, that video will still, those 2 videos will still be for you. I have 5 things. The third video, actually there's going to be 4. The third video, I'm going to be making some sweet treats. So some candy, probably some cookies. And then the final video will be how you package it up for gift giving for friends, family, neighbors, whoever you're going to give to. And it will include the craft. So there will be 4 videos coming up. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's a little of this and a little of that. I absolutely love my hot cocoa bar. I fiddled with it a little bit more. You know, that's just part of it. And I look forward to having some hot cocoa tonight when I return from the facility. It is rare y'all ever see me with makeup like regular all face makeup, and I actually have on a vintage style dress which has the big full skirt and a brooch and a really neat vintage bracelet that I found when cleaning out my mom's house. So I'm hoping and praying that my mom might know who I am today. It's okay if she doesn't. We'll still have a good time. I just try to bring my mom joy when I go to the facility, because really that's all I can do. I can't change her mental status. So I will see you all again next week. Get ready for some Christmas making, gift giving type things. And even if you're not going to give gifts from your kitchen, y'all, you don't want to miss this. This is some interesting and different things, and I'm going to be making a big gift basket. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, please do me a big favor and smash that like button. If you enjoyed the content of today, share my video. Y'all, I know some of you that I'm friends with on Facebook have shared my video, and I greatly appreciate it. Really does help out my channel. So until I see you again, be healthy, be well, be blessed, take care.